Okay, so what's up? This is my second video on YouTube. My second real actual video. I posted some stuff before, but nothing that was really, anything good. So not that what you've seen so far is anything great, but I'm getting better with the lighting already, right? If you looked at the first video, I was using my webcam, and the reason I did that is because I was trying to be an example for my students where I didn't have my camera with me and I just used what I had. And I was like, well, instead of not doing a video and waiting, I'm just going to do a video. I'm going to use my webcam. And I even had like a logo screencast-o-matic on it. Whatever, it's all good. But today I got my camera set up and I got a little mic and a little bit of lighting, just a floor lamp, just hitting the side of the room here. I'm gonna have to clean up behind me, but it's all good. You guys won't mind, I don't think. So today I just wanted to show you some behind the scenes. I'm gonna post a photo to Instagram tonight that I really like, and I wanted to show people what it took to get there. It was not the situation. I screwed up in many different ways, but I still got some really cool photographs. And I wanted to show everybody how I got there. So here's a shot from Tekamah, Nebraska, right? It was a tough spot to be in because I didn't have my tripod, so I'm just screwing up all over. By the way, I don't have my tripod tonight. This is just like set up on a little box, so hopefully I don't have a cat run by and knock everything over and ruin everything. That wouldn't be fun, but what I wanted to show you was that I purposely knew that this schoolhouse was out there, and I had been wanting to go back out and get a cool shot in with the sunset. And normally you would bring a tripod to this, and of course yours truly did not. That's something that I need to get better at, using a tripod. But I was still able to get some cool shots, right? Not exactly what I wanted, but I'm pretty happy with them. The shot that I'm talking, this, you could see me shooting, and I was dealing with a sky that was rapidly getting dark, and the church, or sorry, the schoolhouse, it looks kind of like a church. The schoolhouse is actually facing east, so as the sun is going down behind it, the light is really bright behind it, and the foreground, right, the schoolhouse doesn't have a lot of lighting in it, so you could light it yourself with giant Hollywood lights or something like that, but since most of us don't have those, you kind of have to use a blend of exposures. So that's why you can see me out there shooting underexposed, all the way to trying to get as much of the brightness of the sky as possible, knowing that I was going to edit this and manipulate it in Photoshop later to blend things and get the sky to be correct. One of the ones that was easy to do was this shot right here. Man, this one just worked out really well. I love this shot. This has actually got me in my tiny little following on Instagram the most likes ever. So that's kind of cool. It was fun. It means that it resonated with people. They liked it, which is always a good feeling as a photographer, to know that, hey, people enjoyed what you shot. But the original photograph wasn't that far off. It took some tweaking and editing, you can see, but I like it. I like it a lot. The one thing it doesn't have is it doesn't have that cool sunset behind it. You could, where's it at? I'm scrolling, and you could see, I can see more of the orange in this picture, and I like that little bit of sun. And because it's kind of hidden behind that, the not grasses, the weeds or whatever, the dried weeds, the fact that that bit of sun is blown out is not that big of a deal. And I love the sky here. Now I still need to work on this a little bit because the house is still a little bit underexposed, but this is already with quite a bit of work into it. If you see that, that's my original. I can zoom in, and I can probably about an hour work, and you can see what I've done so far. I still need to go in and tweak some stuff though, right? In Lightroom, one of the cool things that you could do is you can do these brushes, adjustment brushes, where you could then paint on the house. And I'm gonna paint, and I could brighten that section up. As you can see right there. That looks terrible, of course, but I'm just showing you for effect. You know, it does have a lot of grain, so you have to recognize that this is probably something that I won't print really big or anything like that because it'll be a little grainy unless you don't mind. It has a little bit of grain, but it's still going to be really cool. It's going to be great on Instagram. If you see, I'll go in and edit some of this. Now, I usually use my pen. I have a tablet, but then I guess I could use it, and nobody has to know that, right? You can see me adjust some of the highlights. I want some parts of this thing to pop still. And you also have to remember that we're on Instagram, and if you know your primary output is on Instagram, then you're cool with kind of making some of this not perfect. I like these little touches already. You know, there's a lot of stuff you can do on in editing, and there's people out there that can tell you really, really in-depth tutorials about how to do it all, and that's cool. I know how to do a lot of that stuff, but I'm not that into it. I just like to, more than anything, have fun with this and adjust my photos to the best that I can, and then go and take the next photo. Part of the love of photography for me is the adventure and getting out there and finding new places to photograph. I need to bring that out just a tiny little bit. Oh, my mouse needs to be adjusted a little bit so it's a little slower. Kind of cool. I do use a gaming mouse. A gaming mouse allows you to adjust really quickly on the fly your sensitivity, so you can get real fine details in there. Kind of cool. Once you're done, always compare the befores and afters. I think this is pretty cool, right? I like it. I did go in a little bit too, and I made it so let's add another brush. You can already see a ton of my brushes there. I'm gonna do another one, and I'm gonna make it like the light's coming out there. A little too bright, probably. Let's lower it down. Let's get it lower. Something like that. That's kind of neat. I don't know. You know, part of this is like kind of the feel of it, right? The fun of it, and that's what I enjoy more than anything is the adventure. Nah, that's too much. The adventure of post processing, and you know, seeing what you could do. Ooh, let's make it look like the sun is coming from that spot, like through those weeds, maybe. That's kind of cool. Maybe a little shout out over there behind the church. You know, because the church would cast that kind of shadow. I don't know. That's pretty sweet. I think. You know, it's Instagram, so let's see what happens. I'm going to crop this to a square crop too, because it's going to be an Instagram post. Or let's do a 8x10 crop. That's the Instagram vertical crop. Man, there's so much going on. I think this thing is slow. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, that's not the right crop. What are you doing? What is happening? There it is. That's not bad. I kind of like this. Let's see what it looks like. That's pretty sweet, guys. If you go and look at the before and after, that to that, I like it. Remember, photography is just about fun. When it's a hobby. But, you know, I've done some professional jobs before. I used to be a wedding photographer, and the reason I quit wedding photography is because it just wasn't fun anymore. The whole thing is that I think you should enjoy your job. That's why I love teaching, and it's also why I love photography too. So behind the scenes Instagram photo. I hope you enjoyed it.